This driver ran 2,971 miles in 1 week. He grossed $6,488. His truck payment was $1,300 a week. His insurance was $475 a week. After all of it, he took home $966. And now, according to the driver, that check was never actually paid at all. This is the modern trucking lease. Everything you're about to see is based on a real settlement statement that was sent directly to Big Rig Nation. Personal information is redacted, trip numbers are visible for authenticity, and we're not accusing, we're not speculating. We're reading the paperwork exactly as it exists. At the end of this video, I want you to decide, is this an opportunity or is this a financial trap? Now, this driver was in a 2024 Freightliner Cascadia, pretty much almost a new truck, running prime freight through BLC. That detail matters more than most drivers realize. Weekend in December the 5th, 2,971 miles. This is not really a slow week. It's not a lazy week. This is a full production reefer week. The line haul was 4,516.67. The fuel surcharge and adjustments were over 1,000. Detention and lumpers over 700. The total gross was 6,488.31. That's $218 per mile gross. On paper, this should be kind of a solid week. But here's the structure most drivers are never shown clearly. This driver is pulling prime freight. That means prime takes 20% off of the top. Then BLC takes another 10% off the top. That is the 30% gone before the drivers ever sees a dollar. Remember how I talked about margins? This is before the truck, before the insurance, before the fuel, and before the maintenance. This is what we call a stacked extraction, and it crushes your cash flow. Truck payment $1,300 per week, insurance $475 per week, maintenance escrow $100 per week, dash cam $15 per week, BLC percentage charge $451. That is $2,341 gone every single week before you even put fuel in that truck. Truck insurance escrow alone equals $97,500 per year. This is not ownership. This is financial pressure. The fuel, the DEF, and the reefer fuel totaled at about $1,900. After discounts, the net fuel came out to about $1,425. At this point, the driver is already over $3,700 deep in deductions on a $6,488 week. Now, here's the other part that's hard to take in. The insurance is $475 a week. That's $24,700 a year. But here's the real problem. They were told that their deductible was $20,000. That means the driver pays the first $20,000 of every accident before insurance even activates. That is one of the highest premiums, massive deductible, all risk 100% on the driver. That is one of the most dangerous insurance structures I've ever seen in trucking. The settlement already shows $2,000 taken out as the accident claims, you can see. $2,000 taken out as a security deposit. Only $85 of it was returned. So the accident money was already being collected through payroll. That matters for what's going to happen next. Let me wait till you hear this. After nearly 3,000 miles, after stacked commissions, after $1,300 truck payments, after the $475 in insurance, after the massive deductible, this driver only took home $966.30. Equals out to 33 cents per mile net. According to Tim and Kimberly, Tim was in an accident. He went to the hospital. When he was released, they terminated him immediately. They were left in Oklahoma. They were told the final check was coming, but the deposit never did hit. And they were allegedly told the reason was because of the wreck. But the paperwork already shows money being taken out for the wreck. As of right now, they say they have enough money for one more night in Oklahoma. This is what happens when brand new truck, stacked commissions, inflated insurance, massive deductible, and one bad event. BLC, earlier in the week, they invited us to sit down at their office. They offered for us to have lunch with them. They told us Brent would give the shirt off his back. But here at Big Rig Nation, we don't judge words. What we do is we judge paperwork. And this paperwork doesn't look like generosity at all to me. It looks like the shirt is coming off the driver's back, actually. This is not what I consider a bad driver. This is not a bad week. This is a bad structure. When the truck payment is high, the commissions are stacked. The insurance is inflated. And the deductible is extreme. The driver carries all the downside while everyone else gets paid first. One mistake and you're erased. This is why Big Rig Nation exists. And if your settlement looks anything like this, send it in, because we don't deal in rumors, we deal in paper.